Welcome to the stream. Alright, here we go. So what we're gonna be doing today, it's gonna be pretty simple, just making a VFX dragon thing. And for now, what I've got so far is a little part that kind of moves around. So let me show you real quick. This is what I've got. So kind of flies around. So basically, it goes down, explodes, goes down, explodes, goes down. It's pretty self-explanatory. I've seen a couple videos of it, so I think I have gotten an idea of how to do it. It's kind of like this. We're gonna need some trails as well, so let me go ahead and do that as well. So trails. Let's add a attachment and then another attachment. Let's go ahead and move those to the edges, and we will replace this with a head later on, like a dragon head. And then I have some ideas for like the actual particles as well, which because it's not really a VFX without it. So let's go ahead and connect the attachments. Let's see, what else do we have to do? Let me go ahead and skip this one. Okay. Okay, actually for the color I'm gonna keep it like that. Transparency, that's the one I'm gonna have to change into like a Bezier. Not Bezier. Little thingy, like whatever this thing is called. Okay, and then let's see, what else do we have to do here? Close. Okay, let me actually see if this works. So yeah, perfect. That is the transparency system that I kind of wanted. What I'm wondering is, why is it saying 0 though? Oh, it's because I have the part selected. Whoops. Alright, in that case, everything seems to be working. I just gotta change the size as well, and the lifetime maybe 0.5. Max length, let's set that to like 100. And we can adjust these later on as well. And then we'll go ahead and do the same thing as well. Actually, I think it would be the other way, because let's see. Yeah, perfect. The one thing is that the transparency doesn't seem to be being affected that much anymore. So I'm gonna try and change that real quick. Let's see, so it starts at, no, maybe it's this way. No. So I think it should be like this. Then we take it, go here, right here. But maybe we should take it lower. I don't really know. Yeah, I think that should work for now, I guess. I can adjust it later on as well, so that's always good. And I'm gonna go for more of a galaxy sort of astral sort of look. So I'm gonna change the colors to more pink, purple, blue, kind of cyan, because those are more of like the galaxy sort of colors, right? That's alright. Okay, now let's go ahead and move on to the, let's see, oh, what is this? Okay, let's go ahead and move on to, actually no, let's see it first. Actually, let's go ahead and make sure. Yeah, that looks right. I think it's too fast though, so I'm gonna go ahead, change this length to like 60, and I actually am going to go ahead and connect this to my player's mouse, so the arc moves towards the mouse. And the height, let me set up a to do, what is it? Connect to magnitude. And so basically what I mean by that is the height that it goes up is going to be connected to how far it's actually moving. So because like it would not make sense for it to move like 2 inches and then it goes like on a giant arc, goes up super bunch, you know. And so I'm gonna have to adjust that according to the magnitude of start, pause, and end pause, which I will actually get right here. Local magnitude equals, and then I'm gonna set that to a number. Actually, this is a vector 3. I should probably set that vector 3 number equals, and then start. Yeah, perfect, got it. Not divide by 2 though, I don't know why I said that. And then yeah, we will adjust this later with the to do. And then let's see, movement, let's go ahead and set up a to do here as well. To do, replace new position with get mouse pause. And so what I mean by that is get mouse pause. So we're gonna have to use a, what is it called? Bindable function, I think. or no, remote function, because it's going to be taking from the client, which is the player, which is going to be me too. So let's go ahead. How are we going to do this? Let's see. Probably best to do it in replicated storage. Yeah, I'm going to go ahead and add a remote function, call it get mouse, and then we're going to add a folder actually, and we're going to call it events. This is usually just how I organize stuff, that's why I'm going to put it in folders. And we'll call this helper modules. Actually no, we don't really need helper scripts, we'll just call it scripts because we don't really need modules for this one. And we'll put up a local script and call this player script. Okay, and then let's go ahead and print hello world, and let's just make sure that we're getting the local player. Should be going out in the output. Okay, it did not work, so I would have assumed that it would have just printed, but you know what, I just realized local scripts only run on player scripts, so I'm gonna go ahead and throw that in there actually and remove it from there. It does not make sense to be in replicate storage. I don't know why I did that in the first place. Yeah, perfect, hello world. And then let's go ahead, go into here, delete this, and then let's connect our get mouse function. So what we're gonna have to do is go imports, and then local reps replicated storage equals game get service replicated storage. Whoa, perfect. Finish the quotes, and then once we have that, we're gonna go ahead and get the get mouse. So local get mouse, and then that's going to be a remote event equals reps dot events dot get mouse, and then functions. Let's go ahead and get mouse dot on client event connect function. Let's go ahead and print getting mouse from client. And then let's return, for now let's just do a vector3.new.0 actually, and this is just for testing, but it should return a vector3.0. It should return getting mouse, or print getting mouse from client on the client. And so let's also go ahead and connect that. I don't know why this is services. Actually, that reminds me. Yeah. Okay, the imports, and then what else? No, we gotta do it here. Local reps equals replicate storage equals game get service replicated storage. Let's go ahead and tab everything over just because it looks a bit nicer that way. Dang, bro, this AI stuff is so annoying, bro. Okay, perfect. There we go. And now let's go ahead and, what is it? Get the mouse position. How do you do that again? I think it's like with the bada bing bada boom. I think it's like with players, local players. I think it's somewhere around here. If it's not, then I guess we'll see. Or no, players dot go player dot mouse get mouse, perfect. And then returns the mouse being used by the client itself, object that represents dot. I wonder if this is a vector3 or is this a vector? You know what, it's probably best if I just do GPT. How to get mouse. Oh, I already asked it. Okay. Get mouse. So yeah, that is what I did though. Let's see, what else do I have to do here? Mouse.hit. Okay, so it's mouse.hit position. Perfect. And that should be a vector3. And then we just have to return this, I believe. And then we'll have to do remove later. And then let's go inside here. Go ahead and get the mouse position from our player, and so that's going to be C4 Zombie Slayer actually. So it's probably a good idea to Game.workspace.c for zombie slayer. Actually, let me double check to see where the event spawns. Okay, that doesn't really matter. C for zombie slayer event. Is there an event in here? No. Okay. Let's see. Where do the events go? Okay, startup character scripts. I wonder if it's in player scripts. No, it's not this. Player GUI, no. I wonder if I should put this in player scripts actually. I think I should. Okay, I'll throw it in here. And then let's see if it's inside there. So player script, perfect. And then let's see. On-client event is not a valid member of remote function, replicate storage, get mouse. Is this not... Why did it auto... Oh, I put remote event. Okay, it's supposed to be a function. That makes sense. Let's see, what is it then? On-client invoke, okay, makes sense. On-client invoke is not a... Is a callback member of remote function. You can only set the callback value. Get is not available. Get is not available. You can only set the callback value. Bro, just work. I don't know what this is saying. Just go ahead and copy it in here. Is write only. You assign callback to it on the client, but you cannot read its current value. Oh my gosh. Oh, you said the function. I'm stupid. Okay, I don't know why I did this. There we go. Let me just delete this. Now it should work. Did that save? Yeah, perfect. Yeah, there we go. Okay, I don't even know what I was thinking there. Yeah, this thing is still flying around as it does. Let's go ahead and... Actually, does it connect to this and then... I've actually never used this, so it's kind of a learning moment for me. So I guess we'll figure out as we go. Replicated storage get mouse. Reps dot events dot hang on, I'll be right back. I'm back. Let's go ahead and get back to it. So if we go back into events and do the get mouse function, let's see what else do we have to do here. I'm gonna switch some song real quick. Reps.events.get mouse. Yeah. Let's see, what do I have to do here? I guess it doesn't really know. So it's not gonna like show me the function. So I'm gonna have to do local I equals and then say replicated, remote function equals this, and then now we can use the functions on it. Okay, let's see, which one would it be? On server invoke. I would assume it's this. Yeah, it's probably this. Do I just like do it like this? On server invoke. And now we're gonna use it on players. We actually don't have players here. Local players equals game get service players. And I do know that people like to just do game.players, but I think it looks better for, at least for me, when I do it like this, because everything else is formatted like that, so that's why I do it like that. If anybody was wondering. And now players dot C4 zombie slayer. Because I would assume I'm already in players by now. You can only set the callback of it. This is why you don't use stuff you don't know about. Okay. Fix. How I already connected. Okay, like an event is a function callback, not something you call or index with the player, so. Wait, can you call remote function from server to get value from client? Invoke, oh, it's invoke client, okay. Invoke client. And then just the player, perfect. Expected colon not dot. Where is that? I invoke client. So I'm wondering why this isn't working. I'm also wondering why it's not working on the client. Okay, let's see. I'm gonna go ahead and delete this to make it more simple. Invoke client, and then let's go ahead and actually print this as well, just so that we can actually see it working. So let's see. Yeah, it's still doing that error. Expected colon not period from calling member function get mouse. Oh, okay, so it's a colon. Alright, that makes sense. And so I would assume that if the client errors, then it just errors for the server as well, which is why I was erroring. And now we can see, does it print? Perfect, it does, nice. And so, what? Okay, so what I can assume now is that we can literally just pull this as its own function, local function get player mouse, and we can return this. Now all we have to do here is copy this and do, instead of doing this, we just paste in get mouse. And what this is gonna do basically is it's gonna go ahead and fly this thing wherever the mouse is. Yeah, perfect. And let me go ahead and add it in a while loop. So we're gonna real quick while task.wait 0.4. Then we'll go ahead and throw this in here, and we're gonna delete all of this. And actually we can also delete this as well. Now if we do this, it's gonna automatically forever just go to your mouse. Let's see. Yeah, so you can see this little pink thing is kind of just bouncing around towards my mouse, and that is actually what I wanted. So things are looking good. And so now the next step is so that it doesn't kind of just like fly straight up when it's like right on itself, because it doesn't make really any much sense. And like when it goes further, it's gonna do a bigger arc, because I mean, actually maybe that's not that bad, but I do think I should still adjust a little. Okay, so I'm gonna go ahead and go back into the script, and we're gonna go ahead and, where is it? Right here, perfect. We already got the magnitude. We're just gonna fix this. So we're gonna go ahead and actually let's see what magnitude is every single time. Print magnitude, and then we can adjust it accordingly to that. So real quick, 14, 60, 60, 200, 200, 300. Okay, so yeah, magnitude is basically the amount of distance that it travels, basically. And so I guess I haven't really maxed it out, so I should probably do that too. So let's go ahead and get the move in arc, and we're gonna, instead of getting the end position and the mid position, we're gonna edit the end position so that it's not in a kind of infinite distance, because right now it can travel infinite distance, which I don't think should be right. So we're gonna go ahead and adjust the end position. So we need to get the direction from the start position to the end position. So how we do that is local direction vector 3 equals, and hopefully, actually perfect, yeah. So now that we got that, all we have to do is get the start position. Actually, we're gonna do end. Actually, no, sorry. I'm gonna go ahead and get the unit version of this. And what unit is it's basically a vector 1, basically the vector of distance 1. And what we need that for is so that we can go ahead and get the end position right here. Local end, or no, we're not going to say local because it's already a declared variable. So we're going to do end position equals, and we're just like overriding it right now. End position equals direction times so direction start position times start position plus direction times let's see, 100. So this is basically saying it's going to be a max distance traveled of 100, and math.clamp direction that, and then and pause. I don't actually know if math clamp works with vector 3s, so I guess we'll see with that. Actually, let's ask ChatGPT if this works. Does math clamp work on vec 3s? No, it does not. Okay, that's good to know. So basically what that means is we're gonna have to make our own function probably. Unit math vec. This moves end position no more than. Actually, you know what? We can do it in a if statement. So if we get the magnitude once up here and then we replace it with this one, magnitude equals that. And if the magnitude is above 100, then we'll do the adjusted. If magnitude is bigger than 100, then we're going to adjust the end position. And the reason we're doing that is so that it doesn't go above 100. And now we can be sure that it's never going to be, the dragon head is never going to go further than 100, and we can test that here. Oh, maybe not. Invalid argument clamp. Oh, we still have the clamp function. Whoops. So yeah, we're going to have to adjust that real quick. So yeah, we don't want this. And we can actually go ahead and just use this actually. Perfect. And that's kind of the equivalent of using a clamp, math.clamp. And so now if we go like super far, it's never going to travel more than 100. And you can see it's not like instantly going straight to the mouse. And that is what we're going for. So yeah, perfect. This looks pretty nice so far. Now all we have to do is go ahead and adjust the height that it jumps basically every single time, which is going to be right in here. And so we're going to use the magnitude again, of course. And now that it's maxed out at 100, we can do some adjustments with the, so local height or jump height equals, and it's going to be a number actually, equals. And then let's go ahead and do magnitude divided by 2. Let's see, that would be maximum of 50. Actually, yeah, let's see, that might work actually. We might have to make it lower though. Let's see. So right now, okay, yeah, like when it's kind of like smaller of a jump, it doesn't like go as high, but when it's like super pretty far, it goes a big jump. And I think that actually works. That looks pretty good. Player disconnected during remote call to replicate storage. That's fine. Yeah, perfect. So that's that done. I will say maybe there should be a bare minimum actually, so maybe I'll divide it by 3, and so that means the maximum value will be 33, and then I'll add a maybe 10 plus 33, so it's going to be at least 10 height, so it's going to go at least up 10 every single time it goes up. So if I just keep it here, it's going to go at least 10, but then if I move it super far, it can adjust its height, so it can go maybe like up to 44 actually, 43. And so yeah, that's kind of what's going on right here. So yeah, it's looking pretty good so far. Now let's go ahead and let's see, what do we have to do now? To do replace new, yeah, we already did that actually. So I think that's about it with the kind of hopping stuff. Get mouse player, get players, C for zombie slayer, play for child, C for zombie. Well, I cannot type. Yeah, there we go. And now that we've done that, we can remove that. And let's just try this now. Yeah, perfect. So yeah, we got this little circle that follows our mouse now. And I think I should probably turn off collision. I don't actually know. Maybe not. No, I'm not going to turn off collisions because that might mess stuff up. Okay, so yeah, and you can see we got a little bit of particles here. We're going to have to put them onto the actual dragon, which is still apart right now. But we can 3D model up a little dragon head later on. So now that we've got that done, that's basically the fly sword ground at mouse X3. So that's that done. Let's go ahead and push these over. And actually, I don't think I should do this animation. I was going to do an animation on the player, but I don't think I can actually do that because my player doesn't have arms. So we'll remove that. We don't need that. Crack in dimension. Star dragon comes from crack. Flies through the ground, explodes, boom, boom, boom. Swords and showers. Let's go ahead and do the swords animation. So basically, what I was going for is like a kind of the player. Here, let me get inside the game real quick. The player is gonna have like a, once the kind of dragon thing explodes right here, it's gonna explode, have a bunch of swords that kind of surround the explosion. It's gonna fly down. Whoops, I'll be right back. Alright guys, very unfortunate, but I'm gonna have to end the stream here as usual. I will be right back, maybe in a few hours, I guess. Yep, okay, bye.